Hello everyone. Now in this lecture we will discuss memory management. So in last lecture we have discussed about this status and hidden registers like control register, debug register, test register of 80386 and some general purpose register which already has in 8086, but these are additional register which is in 80386 processor. Now we will discuss memory management of 80386 processor. Memory management. The 80386 transform logical addresses as viewed by programmer into physical address such that actual addresses in physical memory in 2 steps. So basically in memory management we will transform logical address into physical address by using 2 steps. Logical address generated by the programmer or CPU, basically generated by the CPU and viewed by the programmer. Then segment translation. This is the first step for conversion logical address into physical address. In segment translation, we will convert logical address into linear address. Our second step is page translation. In page translation, we will convert linear address into physical address. So these are 2 steps for converting logical address into physical address. First step is segment translation and second step is page translation. In segment translation, logical to linear conversion we will perform, or in page translation, linear to physical conversion we will perform. Now in this flowchart you can see logical address contain 2 parts, selector part and offset part. Selector field is 16-bit field and offset field is 32-bit field. Then selector and offset part, by using a segment translation mechanism we will convert logical address into linear address. Here we will check PG bit. If your PG bit is set to 1, in that case only we will convert linear address into physical address. If your PG bit is set to 0, in that case your linear address is equal to physical address. So this is your flowchart. You can see here logical address has 2 parts, selector field and offset field. Then by using a segment translation mechanism you will convert logical address into linear address. But at the time of linear conversion you will check PG bit, because for the page translation mechanism you have to check your PG bit. If your PG bit is enabled, in that case you will perform a page translation mechanism. If your PG bit is disabled, in that case your linear address is equal to your physical address. So page translation mechanism you will not perform if your PG bit is not enabled. So that's why this is a switching. Basically enable, here you will write a disable and here you will write enable. If your PG bit is set to 1, in that case your page translation mechanism is enabled, or in that case you will perform a page translation mechanism for conversion linear address into physical address. So this is the flowchart of your addressing mechanism. Then in segment translation. In segment translation you can see here how the processor convert a logical address into linear address. Logical address has selector field and offset part. Selector field again we have discussed 16-bit field and offset field is 32-bit field. In selector part basically point out descriptor table to find out segment descriptor. So this segment descriptor provide base address and offset field when we will add with the base address, then you can convert your logical address into linear address. So in this diagram you can see selector part point out the descriptor table. In descriptor table basically contain segment descriptors. Then you will point out the segment descriptor into the descriptor table. When you find out the segment descriptor, that segment descriptor provide base address, and this base address when you will add with the offset value, then and only you can convert your logical address into linear address. Then in segment translation, to perform segment translation the processor uses the following data structure. First one descriptors, second one descriptor table, third one selector, and fourth one segment registers. So what is, first we will discuss one by one what is descriptor. Descriptor is nothing but the data structure that store the data. But if you store the data related to segment, because we have discussed in 80386, you divide your memory into segments, into different size of segments. Your minimum size segment is 1 byte and maximum size segment will be 4 gigabyte, because your physical memory is 4 gigabyte. So descriptor basically contain the segment data. So that's why we call segment descriptor. Then descriptor table. When segment descriptor we will store into table, so that table we call descriptor table. Selector field. You have seen selector field when we divide logical address into two parts, selector part and offset part. So this selector field basically contain the information related to request privilege level, table indicator part and indexing part. By using these fields we will check the privilege level also, and we have the information about indexing of the segment descriptor. So that's why we can find out the segment descriptor into the descriptor table by using a selector part, and this is the visible portion for the programmer. And offset part, it is not the visible portion for the programmer, but into logical address when you divide into two parts, then selector field is viewable by the programmer. Then next, last part is the segment register part. So segment registers, when they contain the information related to segment descriptor, so we called these are the segment register. And at the segment register also we have discussed, just like code segment, data segment, stack segment. When these register contain the information about the particular segment, so we call these are the segment register. Basically segment register contain the information related to base field and size of the segment. So these are the different fields in a segment translation mechanism we use: descriptor, descriptor table, selectors and segment registers. Descriptor, here again you will see the information. The segment descriptor provide the processor with the data it need to map a logical address into linear address. Descriptors are created by the compiler, linker, loaders or the operating system, not by application programmer. So basically it is a data structure that contains the information related to the segments field, and we are using for converting logical address into linear address. This is the structure of your descriptor. So to journal descriptor format, you can see here. First diagram when you see, so descriptor used for a special system segment. So what it is here, you can see first field is the base field, which is from 16 to 23. So base field provide the base address of your segment. And A field, A is the access bit, means you can access this segment or not. Type field define which type of segment is this, means system type segment, yeah, code or data type segment. Then one it is reserve. DPL, descriptor privilege level field. Descriptor privilege level field basically we are using for checking privilege level. How we check privilege level? Calling process, if calling process wanted to access particular type of segment, in that case processor will check the calling process segment, means descriptor privilege level, calling process descriptor privilege level, and target segment descriptor privilege level. If the target segment descriptor privilege level field is less than the calling process privilege level field, in that case the calling process can access the target segment descriptor. Otherwise, it is not access the segment descriptor. So first we have to check the privilege level. Privilege level we define from 0 to 3, PL0 to PL3. PL3 is the least privilege level and PL0 is the most privilege level data. So for example, if calling process privilege level is 3 and target process privilege level is 2, in that case calling process cannot access the data. But if the calling process privilege level is 2 and your target process descriptor privilege level is 3, in that case calling process can access the segment descriptor or data. By using this thing or by checking the privilege level, we can provide the protection to the processes. Then P is the present bit, means segment is present or not. Then limit field define the segment size in the table. Then available bit define the segment descriptor available for use by the system programmer or for the system. Then 0 is not defined. X is the, again it is not defined bit, because this, when we discuss code or data segment descriptor, at the time we will discuss this bit. This bit basically at the time D bit or B bit in the form of data bit, in the form of big bit we will discuss. Next, granularity bit. Granularity bit basically define the size of your segment. If this field is set to 1, in that case your segment unit size is 4k byte size and you will address 4 GB of memory. But if your this bit is set to 0, in that case your segment descriptor size is unit of 1 byte and total 1 MB memory you can address. Then last bit again define the base address from 24 to 31. So this is the segment descriptor format of your segment descriptor. So again we will discuss this thing, because segment descriptor, in every chapter you will revise the segment descriptor field in the form of code segment, in the form of data segment, in the form of system segment. So this is the general format. So what we have discussed: base field that provide the base address, A field that we are using for the accessing purpose, type field that define the different type of segments. One is reserve, DPL we are using for the privilege checking, DPL descriptor privilege level field. P bit we are defined for the segment is present or not. Limit field define the size of your segment. Available bit available for the use by system programmer or not. Then 0 bit is undefined. X bit here undefined. Granularity bit define the size of your segment. If this bit is set to 1, in that case your unit is 4 KB and total memory 4 GB you can address. But if this bit is 0, in that case your unit is 1 KB, 1 byte, and you can address 1 MB of memory. Then again base field that define the base address of your segment. Now next topic we will discuss into next lecture. Thank you.